Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am back after a week-long misery of my four wisdom tooth getting extracted. My entire face, well, most of it was in my jawline, so all of this was swollen. I looked like Marlon Brando from The Godfather. It was so freaking painful. I was on antibiotics and very heavy painkillers, and the swelling thankfully has gone down. Well, most of it, there's still some there, and I'm heavily contoured right now, but it's all good. And all this while, when this craziness was happening in my life, Natasha Denona released her Glow Gold palette. Here it is, the Glow Gold palette, and the Mini Gold eyeshadow palette. And also Huda Beauty released her eyeliner. So all of this arrived and I've been dying to try these out. Well, I swatched them, but I want to do a review, share my thoughts on these. So let's get right into it. So before I do any of it, I thought I'll touch up my lips, and I'm wearing the Jeffree Star Safe Word lip gloss. Just want to touch it up. So I just love this gloss. There. All perfect. So first things first, I want to talk about the Mini Gold palette. Now this is a 5-piece palette. The pan size is teeny tiny, so each pan has about 0.8 grams of eyeshadow, and this is it's more on the green gold side. I think this is, but Natasha Denona probably has found a newfound love for green, because even the Metropolis palette was all about the greens, and now this, so I guess she's into green these days. But yeah, so this is how the palette looks, and I'll swatch these. So the first one is this skin colored shade, and it's called Lodge. And in fact, let me swatch it on my palm, because the palm is a bit fairer. So that's how Lodge looks. Next, I'm going to pick up this green shade, and this green is called Bia, B-I-A, I guess I'm pronouncing it right. And that's how Bia looks. Next, I'm going to pick up the gold shade, and it's called Dior, or Dior, D apostrophe R. So let's see. And this is how the gold looks. It's such a nice gold. Next, I'm going to pick up the green shade here. It's a metallic shimmery shade, and it's called Anthea. That's Anthea, and it's kind of a greenish duochrome sort of shade, and it's really lovely. And last, I'm gonna take the brown shade, and it's called Dark Sepia. So that's how the dark shade looks. And it's not that shimmery, although in the pan it looks very shimmery, but it's not that shimmery. It's kind of between almost matte, fully matte, and almost shimmer. So I think that's how it looks. So these are all the swatches from the Mini Gold palette. And let's do a little bit of comparison of these shades. So this is called the Mini Gold palette, and Natasha Denona has another palette which is called the Gold palette. So at first I thought this would be a mini version of the Gold palette, and I thought the shades would be similar, or at least on the same lines, but I don't think that is the case, because the Gold palette has more of the teal colors, and then a lot of golds, different types of duochromy, bluish, greenish golds, and then a couple of browns. However, the Mini Gold palette, it's more true green and gold rather than, you know, the blue tinge. So I think in that sense, I don't relate this palette as a mini version of the Gold palette. So that's just my opinion, I guess. But yeah, there are some shades that might be close, but I didn't see any exact match. So in the Gold palette, if you see, and the Mini Gold palette, I think only this shade matches the Dior shade in the Mini Gold palette. Apart from that, I don't see any shade matching. This is one more shimmery brown, and maybe it matches this one, the dark sepia one, but I'm not too sure. So let's compare these. So from the gold palette, I'm picking up Brass. And then I'm picking up the gold shade, the Dior shade from the Mini Gold palette. And I think these are very, very similar, or maybe exact copies. This one's, the gold palette again, I think is a bit, it's got some duochromy effect, but Brass seems to be a pure gold shade. Also, I want to compare the brown shade here. So this one's called Varys, and I'm going to take that here. And then I'm going to take the dark sepia shade from the Mini Gold palette. There is a significant difference between these two. This is truly shimmery metallic, and this one's really more on the matte side than on the shimmery side. So just to see how the duochromes compare, I want to take this one. I think this is called Lime something, Lime Chrome. Yeah, and this one's called Spark. And these are the duochrome sparkly shades from the gold palette. And now I'm going to take Anthea, and this is a greenish kind of duochromy shade, but yeah, it's very, very different. So these definitely do not compare. I think these are the main ones. I think the only shade that is actually same is the gold shade, the Dior shade, but the rest are very, very different. Next, I want to compare the palette with the Metropolis palette and see if I find any similarities. So I am curious to see if this matte green shade, how does it compare to the matte green shade in the Metropolis palette, and also this duochrome shade in the Metropolis, how does it compare to the green shade. I don't think any, maybe this skin shade might be similar to this one, so I'm going to be comparing those. So first I'm going to take, I think it's called Lethal from the Metropolis palette. It's this green shade. So that's how the Metropolis green looks. And from the gold palette, the green looks like this. So this is slightly more deeper green, and this is more lemony green. Next, I'm going to take this duochrome shade. It's called Orion, I think. And that's how it swatches. And if I take the Anthea shade from the Mini Gold palette, that's how it looks. So definitely not matching at all. However, I want to see how the metallic greens compare. So I'm going to take this metallic green, and I think it's called Shield. Yeah, I think it's called Shield. So that's how Shield looks. So it's more olive, and this one's more, you know, those Christmas tree green. This one's from the Metropolis palette. And yeah, I don't think it's going to be comparable, but let's see. And I'll take the gold palette one, and that's how they compare. In fact, let me see if it compares to the khaki shade in the Metropolis palette. How close it is. And it's not as suspected. So yeah, that's how it compares. So I don't see it too comparable to the Metropolis palette either, and that's why I think this palette has actually a lot of unique shades. So I feel like it's a good investment. So I'm going to be trying this on my eye. So let's do an eye look. All right, so we are up close and personal. So first I'm going to take this skin shade just to see how it looks on the eye, and quickly add it on my crease just to add some gradients, my transition shade. And then I'm going to be going into the green shade, and without using too much skill, just paint the eyes green. Next, I'm going to just go with my finger straight away Actually, you know what? Let me first apply this dark shade. I'm going to use my blending brush, my Sigma blending brush, and use that. Just deepen it. You see a little bit of fallout, but not so much. All right. Next, I'm going to take the gold shade on my fingers. Just apply it on my eyelid. Oh, look at that shine. It's so beautiful. And you can see there's fallout, so I would recommend not doing your makeup. Or maybe it was me, I don't know, but yeah, there is fallout. Next, I'm gonna take the Anthea shade, again with my fingers, and just apply it right here. And then go back into the gold shade and just put it back. And then with my green transition shade, I'm gonna just blend it all out. And then the dark sepia shade, just touch it up and done. So I'm gonna do the other eye and come back. This is the final eye look. Now I did notice that there is a bit of fallout even on the other side. Even though I was careful, I did notice fallout. So I have a quick trick to solve that, and I use this on one side, and I'm going to show you how I cleaned up the fallout. So I use this tape, and I just apply this tape on wherever I see glitter. Take out the glitter because the glitter just sticks to the tape and just gets rid of it. Gets rid of it. Yeah, almost clear. This is the tape I use. It's pretty strong. Some more, and wherever I see, there, gone. So that's a neat trick to handle fallout. So it's all here. So obviously your foundation might come off a little bit, but it doesn't ruin it too much. So I'm going to touch this up now and come back. So next I want to apply eyeliner to my eyes, and so I want to try the Huda Beauty eyeliner. So this is it's actually got a pencil liner and it's got a liquid liner, so 2-in-1, which I really like. So let's see the pencil liner first. So you can pull it out, roll it up, and you can apply. I had actually put it on before I started filming, so I'm just going to show you. And I don't think it smudges, so my eyes usually do not smudge, I guess, pencil liners, so that's not a big one for me. But eyeliners, I am so bad at eyeliners. It takes me a while. It's quite, sometimes I do a fab job and sometimes it's just horrible and it ruins my eye makeup. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Let's hope this works. I did apply this on my arm the other day and it didn't bleed. So if you see, it didn't reek through the fine lines. It looks pretty solid. So I'm actually very optimistic. I haven't really applied it on my eyes till now. So I'm going to be doing this for the first time today. So let's see. So far so good. Not bad. It's not like too flowy. I wish I could like apply eyeliner like, you know, those girls on Instagram, like they just do it like this and their wing is so perfect. Even Huda does it this way and it's so hard for me. So I really like this liner. It's drying to be drying and becoming matte as well, which I really like also. And it's not like slipping. So I may have found my favorite eyeliner actually. This is how I usually do a wing. Just, wow, this line is not tilted, like I'm in control. That's awesome. Wow, that was easy. I don't know if today is my one of those good days or if it's the eyeliner, but really it was really easy. Let's try the other eye, because sometimes it's good on one eye but the other eye sucks. Okay, now comes the moment of truth, the wing. So I always have trouble matching the wing like this. So if it's this way, usually I film this off. I mean, I put eyeliner off camera and see I ruined it a little bit, but it's not so bad. Wow, that was really simple. Seriously, it's not that simple with other eyeliners. I think this, as usual, this side is better than this one. But this eyeliner was very easy to work with. I mean, this requires a bit of skill as well, and I'm not that skilled when it comes to eyeliners. But honestly, oh my god, like this worked really well. And I think the best part, it's not too shiny, like it's drying and it's becoming matte, which I really like. I usually, when I apply eyeliner, on top of that I put black eyeshadow so that it turns matte, but I don't have to do it for this eyeliner because it's very matte on its own. Yeah, this part. Let me correct this and come back. All right, so I'm back, and guys, I just discovered that this eyeliner just doesn't come off with a makeup wipe. Oh, it's like tattoo. It doesn't come off. See? And now I'm not so sure because I'm someone who makes mistakes when applying eyeliner. And let me take my balm and see if that works with this eyeliner. And Green Clean, okay. So it does work with the balm. And this balm is great, by the way. So Green Clean cleansing balm. This makes it so easy to get rid of makeup. Okay, that works, but I definitely cannot use that if I make a mistake, because then it'll bring out all the eyeshadow and everything, because this balm is like magic, or usually cleansing balms are. So I would be very careful, I guess, when applying a wing with this eyeliner, but it does make it really easy. Like correcting this was the simple part. It was really hard to get rid of it. So something to keep in mind. And I really like the the pencil liner. That's also really good. So overall, I really like it, but I guess I have to be a little careful if I make a mistake. It's really hard to get rid of it. So yeah. All right, last but not the least, I have the Glow Gold highlighter palette. It comes in this large pan of two highlighters. One's a more gold shade, light gold shade, and the other is more like bronzy gold. This one I think is more suited for my skin tone, I think. So this is how it looks, and if you see, I rubbed it a lot, but it doesn't take too much of it. So same thing for this one, and this is how the other one looks. But if you notice, these are very shimmery, glittery, like chunky. And I mean, I don't mind the shine. Of course, the shine looks really good in this light, but if I look like in normal light, they look like chunks of glitter, as opposed to, say, let's say my Dior highlighter, which I really like. I'll take this shade. This one. So this is the Dior one. I hope you can tell in the light. So this is more very smooth, and this is the dark bronzy shade from Natasha Denona, and you can see the chunks even in this light. Like, you see how smooth this is, and this is very chunky. Even the other one, um, I want to say stripper shimmer, but yeah, see, this is very natural and these are very chunky. I am not a fan of these. If you like super shiny, of course it is, so that is all good. It's too chunky for my taste, and that's the reason why I'm not a big fan of this highlighter. And sadly, I think I will be returning it. And let me now try it on my skin. So I'm going to be trying this one, and this is my Morphe highlighter. It has worked for all highlighters that I've had, and it's an amazing brush. So if it doesn't work with this brush, then there's a problem with the highlighter, because I know this brush is amazing. So I'm going to take this light shade and see how it applies. So it does have a nice shine, but if I look closely in my mirror, I can see chunks. Like, I could very well be applying, I guess, an eyeshadow if I wanted that chunky look. So that's why I don't think I'm a fan of these highlighters. Especially in the sunlight, these chunks will show more. Bronzy one I'll take on the other cheek. So that's how it looks, and it doesn't show up much. Or it does. But yeah, not a fan. It's just glitter on my cheek. Other highlighters that I have, like I have this Anastasia Beverly Hills Ambrasi highlighter. I really like this one as well. The moment I apply this, let me show you. You see that? Just, it's instant transformation, right? And now, because of that other highlighter, I can only see chunks. The shine, the natural shine that I want, actually comes with this highlighter. And same on this side. Let me apply the Dior highlighter on this side. You see this? And now if I apply and see how the shine, just, it's so different, so, and more natural and skin-like. Like, I like the Dior and the Ambrasi highlighter and the Charlotte Tilbury liquid highlighters. Those are just amazing, but yeah, I'm not a fan of these chunky ones. They look pretty, they are nice gold, and if you are into chunky highlighters, or if you want to apply this a little bit just after you've applied your other highlighter, you just want to apply just a little bit of it, maybe. But yeah, it just doesn't work out for me. I really don't like it. I feel so bad saying this because I was so excited about this palette, and it's such a nice gold and everything, but yeah, this was a big miss for me. Especially not because of the chunks also, but even otherwise. Like, it's such a big highlighter. Like, who uses so much highlighter? This is a $42 highlighter with 2 shades. So and I don't know if I can call them universal. So it's probably for a specific skin tone, plus it's chunky. So I didn't really understand this palette too much. So yeah, not a fan of this one. So that's just my personal opinion. If you guys try it and like it, or have any other thoughts, let me know. But that's just, yeah, it was a complete miss for me. All right, so this was all about the Natasha Denona products and the Huda Beauty eyeliner. My final thoughts, I really like these, the eyeshadow palette and the eyeliner. The eyeshadow palette does have a bit of fallout, but if you know the tips and tricks, I'm sure you can handle it with the tape technique. And the Huda Beauty eyeliner, it's double-sided, it's great. Only thing is, it's really hard to remove it with a wipe. So if you make mistakes, you might have a tough time getting rid of it or cleaning it up. So something to keep in mind. If you cannot do that, skip it. Otherwise, you're good. It's really nice. It's nice and matte as well. The highlighter, I think I've expressed my emotions quite a lot on this one. I didn't really like it. It is what it is, I guess. Yeah, so I guess I'll leave it at that. Anyway, so if you like this video, do like the video, do subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for some more videos. And until the next time we meet, bye. Let's play with the gloss a little bit more. So pretty. Actually, stop ruining my video.